This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. We are honored to have our friend from Ensele here joining us, and we're going to talk today more about the amazing work that she does, because it's not only it's energy healing, it's an energy form where there's an app we're talking about, but really there's so much to you, to your company, and what you have to offer. And I'm glad you're here today. But like I said, I thought that you were on vacation today at this great event. So what's going on? Please say hello at Ensele and tell us a little bit about your healing center and what it is you do, darling.
Absolutely. Hi. Yes, I leave this Saturday, and so I will be unavailable for next Wednesday's
Got it.
podcast. It was my bad. I was just confused with the dates. But again, my name is Selene, and I have been in holistic wellness for as long as I can remember. I've been in brain optimization, neurofeedback, really advanced mental wellness areas for over 25 years. And I have then since molded into other technologies that are outside the brain. So we use very advanced technologies to detect the root cause of things, as well as we use frequencies, because we are all energy, and we use frequencies to change the frequency of the environment of the person, so the person's body can heal itself. So we, again, we're not doctors, we're not but we do have a very proven record
Yep.
for helping people all ages, all conditions, even all around the world now, after we've figured out how to work in the quantum remotely, which is so exciting. And I really think it's something I want to start doing. In fact, like maybe doing either lives, whether it be on Facebook or a live on Instagram or TikTok, or some sort of live sessions where I'm literally seeing who wants to try it out in real time, and probably in front of others. So hopefully, like getting people interested, and maybe setting this up on a weekly basis, so that, for example, every Monday morning people can jump on and, heal with me. And we can do, the similar thing where we're on a Zoom call, and other people are also joining, whoever wants to, or listening in and watching, to see how they can also, just simply through the means of this, we can connect and have some sort of unique signature, whether it's a fingerprint, a voice print, a photo, or some sort of DNA that we can work with. And that is the way we can start to connect with people and get them better. So it's always great to see you and be on the show. And I know we started a little bit last of our podcasts to get you a frequency set that was specific to your situation specifically. And I know we just got some of the kinks worked out, and you were able to download, and you're prepared to listen for the next 6 days.
Well,
So
you told
when I
me,
get back,
yeah. So I just want to tell people about this. Celine, we've been talking for quite a few weeks, and we've talked about it, but I never really understood it, to be honest. And maybe some of our listeners are confused too to how this process works. I mean, because there's so much more than just this app that you're using, helping people with energy with what you do. But I got to actually see it in person, breakdown, and all the questions you had to ask me. You input them into the computer, and can you just specifically kind of like share the steps we went through? And I just can't believe all the things that are wrong with my body, energy wise, that I'm lacking. Like, you asked me to tell you some of the things, my chronic conditions, right? Which I did, let alone there's so many other things, let alone ancestral things of past lives that are bothering me. And then let's just talk about the app and how it works for people out there, because I was fascinated by it, and I'm just trying to set it up as we speak. And now that I'm actually looking at all these things, there's like probably hundreds of war trauma, oh my gosh, the extra zinc, sulfate, all these different things in my body that are bad that can be helped by listening to a frequency. Explain it to us.
So the one word I want to really correct, so to speak, is let's not think of things as, and I want our listeners to hear this too, is let's not think of anything as bad. I don't want people to ever have that mindset is this is wrong, this is bad. It's natural for our bodies to become out of balance, right? And it's not even a lot of times our fault. Our bodies can become out of balance because the water we happen to be, having to drink, or the food that we can afford, non-organic, and so we're getting lots of additives, or the stuff that's sprayed in our skies. The environment has such a huge effect on us. So, we are inundated from, I mean, a lot of people are inundated even at the point of sleeping, the place that's supposed to be the most pure and sacred so we can rest, renew, and restore. Even a lot of people have their TVs on, their laptops in their bed, their cell phones charging right to their heads. And this is like, oh my gosh, detrimental to health, because the body cannot be restoring, renewing, and rejuvenating when we have all these EMFs and electronics going on in our bedroom. So my first advice is it's because our biggest point of healing is when we're sleeping. Because when we're in the daytime, a lot of times we're eating, and when we're digesting, we're not in healing mode. So healing mode is really important, and it takes place mostly in our sleep. And so my first, we have to we have to realize, okay, let's get rid of these electronics in our bedroom. Let's make our bedroom a sanctuary for healing, a sanctuary for sleep. And so, I'm going to tell all the people out there, get rid of the big TV out of your room. Get rid of, if you need you don't need a laptop or a
Yep.
movie or a cell phone to fall asleep to. In fact, you're actually hurting yourself, and your own circadian rhythms are being disrupted and distorted by doing that. So then, there's the basis. So I would say, 80% of all the population are missing that mark of just really getting a true, pure sleep where their body can heal. Then the moment we shower in the morning, right?
Yeah.
We are getting the terrible toxins that are in our water. And a lot more times than not, the water has even medications, pharmaceuticals, other toxins like fluoride, chloride, I mean, all these different things that are in our water. So I would suggest really investing in a very
Yeah.
good filter. And you'll be shocked when you change that filter that, oh my
Not just
gosh,
Brita.
all this.
I'm sorry. I'm like Brita.
Right. Yeah,
That's what I
exactly.
think. Yep.
But starting, like taking us through our day when we're waking up, or we're taking a shower in the first thing. And guess what? Our skin is our biggest organ. So guess what? The first thing we're doing is then just putting all this toxicity on our skin, and it's the biggest organ in our body. So it's soaking in. And guess what? Then we're going to reach for that shampoo and that soap and that conditioner that has also harmful additives. We're going to be putting all that on us. And then we're going to reach for our makeup, and our makeup is going to have all this toxins and toxicity. And we talked about the free app called Yuka, Yuka, which is such a wonderful app that educates us as all the harmful toxicity that's in our products that we put on us and that we eat. And then let's take us to the next step. So now that we've taken our shower, we've got our makeup on, my God, we are loaded, right? Then we grab our cup of coffee, which is terrible for us because it's acidic.
Yeah.
That first starts to create acid in our body. When we have too much acid in our body, we are not alkaline. Alkalining is we cannot get cancers and things. Cancer cannot live in a body that's alkaline. And so we're starting our morning off wrong or incorrect, I should say, just like where we're not giving our body a chance to alkaline. So the best thing in the morning, if we can, is to take some lemon water and drink that, because that's going to clear away the mucus. That's going to trigger the immune system. It's going to give us that the vitamins and stuff like it's just going to put us on a good start. But a lot of times, like I said, yes, we go to it's Starbucks, for example, and they literally, if you look closely, they have absolute disclosures that their coffee causes cancers. And it's not me saying it. You can go to any Starbucks and it will say that and so we are getting toxicity from, then we choose, okay, we're going to grab this healthy cereal that's healthy for us. But if you do a scan on the barcode, it's going to say, oh my gosh, this causes kidney failure. These additives cause this or that. And we are poisoning our kids. If you do this as a mother, you'll realize all the things that you think you're doing right for your child, we are not. It's not because of your fault. It's just we don't know. And a lot of other countries ban these products that we are feeding our kids. In fact, I'm so excited because Mr. Kennedy is trying to make changes in for the Food and Drug Administration to not allow these unhealthy dyes, like blue dye, red dye, and all this stuff that's in the cereals for kids. The Yuka app always gives a recommended product, so therefore it's already got that built in, which is amazing. But okay, then we've got breakfast. Now we get in our car, right? And we're driving through, where we're going through 5G towers, and we're getting radiated from 5G towers. We're calling on our cell phone. We're getting radiated from our cell phones, which the FDA says like 250 safe, but our phones are 1,000 and above if you measure it. So, and then you get to work and you're sitting under these fluorescent lights, which are absolutely terrible for us, that they lower our immune system, they set imbalances for our central nervous system. Then, we've got all the stress at work, who knows what else. I went to this one office and they had some sort of a ozone filtration system. And I literally, when I was waiting in the waiting room, I just Googled it and it said, this is not supposed to be on around humans. It's supposed to be like windows open, ran, while people are not in there. And then here they are literally having customers come in while they think things are healthy by running this ozone system when it's completely harmful for the person. I mean, God forbid, you work in an office, where there's smoking allowed. Thank God that doesn't exist much anymore. But I'm just saying then we have lunch and then we go out and we go to a restaurant or whatever, and we're getting more toxicity in our bodies. And we're just, you can see this never ending word. We don't get a break. So it's not enough for us to brush our teeth or shower. It's not enough. We have to detox. We have to detox. We have to detox. Otherwise, these when I say pathogens, I mean viruses that we pick up, bacteria, fungus, there's so much, EMFs. These are and parasites. Everybody who has a pet, you have parasites, guaranteed. Parasites exist in our vaccinations. Parasites exist with our pets. Parasites exist in food, even organic fruit. Parasites are there. In fact, the other day I bought this. What was it? It's a lemon. Oh my gosh. I bought this lemon and I was washing it under filtered water. And as I was washing it, I was drying it and the yellow started to come off in my towel. They literally, I don't know if you know this, but they pluck a lot of fruit that is not ripe yet. That's why our fruit, even here in California, our fruit tastes like nothing. There's like no flavor to it. There's no sweetness. There's no sourness. It's just tastes so bland. And they pluck it so when it's so early and it's not ripe yet, and then they spray paint it to color it, and then they put all the labels on it. So even that is highly toxic to us. So we're constantly getting bombarded with toxins, and people might be like, okay, well, what do we do? Well, there are simple detox baths that you can make. You can create with Epsom salt, borax, bentonite clay, baking soda. These are like a 4 combo basic, simple, cheap as heck recipe that you can do. And if you're also trying to keep your body more alkaline, let's say you do have that first cup of coffee, then counter it with something that will re-alkaline your body. And there are a lot of things like that. So you can look up alkaline foods. You can also take uh, baking soda capsules. That will also help alkaline the body, which is crazy. But there's a lot of options and alternatives. I switched actually to Monkey Brew or Mud Water. It's a great coffee substitute that has packed and packed and packed with antioxidants and like things like lion's mane and mushrooms and different really cinnamon and powerful foods, superfoods to really help our bodies. But these are, so back to you and that you were like, oh my gosh, look at all the stuff that's going on with my body. You are the norm. You are absolutely the norm. A lot of us just don't realize how much our bodies are being impacted on a daily, hourly
Oh,
basis. And we're at the office, they've got the 5G going and it's just
yeah.
awful. So we don't have a chance, but guess what? We can do is educate ourselves, educate others, educate our loved ones. And there are a lot of things that, if you look, you will find, if you ask the questions now on like ChatGPT, you're going to get some unfiltered, unbiased, good information that you can decide for yourself what works, what you believe. You
Okay.
can discern yourself, what's going to work for you. But actively taking a role in it is going to be very important. And so back to the app, I'm so glad. And
Yeah.
what I can do I can do a little show and tell so that, like you said, when people can see something, then it's a little easier to put your brain around it to understand it. So I appreciate that.
Got it. Well, thank you for that. All right, so let's get started again, and if we can show people, how we start off. And the few questions you asked, did you ask my birth date and all that, right? What's the basic info you need to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. So, everybody, we need their name, first and last name, their birthday, and their address because it's kind of interesting. We need to tell this technology where to find you. And it makes a difference when we say, okay, this person's in the hospital versus this person's at a PO box or this person's at their home. And so we've seen a difference of effectiveness. They're all going to be effective, but when we can pinpoint where someone is in the physical at that very moment, when we're running the frequencies, then it's very helpful. So yes, and then in addition to that, we need some piece of information that is unique to you. So your photo can act as an energetic blueprint. The technology can read that. And then also, we're asking for an additional piece of information, such as your voice. Everybody's voice resonates as unique as a fingerprint. Everybody's photo is unique as a fingerprint. And that's when we work with somebody in this app. It's an app you can download from your phone. And if anyone's listening, you can go to Insight Quanta Capsule, and then we can add you uh, to um, to our program, and then we can run this scan based on your information. And I'm just kind of pulling it up right here on my
Yeah,
system, and it's wonderful because your phone and what you do can
that's what I'm
talk to
looking
our
at
system,
now.
so we
That's
know
crazy.
when
Yep.
you're going to update this every week with a new voice print and a new photo,
Okay.
because we want to get new energy. We can work on the old things, but it's better if it's there. And so what we do is, we enter, your information,
Okay.
on the screen with what I'm mentioning. And that's what we did with you. We entered that stuff.
Yep.
And then we then were able to run the scan based on your photo, based on your voice print. And let me just like you said, let's give the audience a little bit of a show of what I'm going to just say access my client files. We can even use let's see.
Now,
This, pull myself up here real quick. Okay. let's do this. So for example, the first thing we're going to do, and you can do this from your cell phone, is record your voice. And the way we do this is just 15 seconds of recording. And the best thing to do is just say A-E-I-O-U, 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 and we can say our names, Selene Kepila, Selene Kepila, A-E-I-O-U. And then once that voice is recorded, it'll tell you, great, it's recorded. And then we go on to take our photo. And you can do this from right within the app. And what's cool too, I mean, it's just amazing. You can even do this surrogately. If you used to have someone who can't speak, you can speak on behalf of them, surrogately by declaring. And
Wow.
then it's going to take us to the next step where it's going to ask us to take that photo. And then once we take the photo, so I'm going to say continue. And then here I'm going to upload, I'm going to say take a new photo, take a photo.
Now, for someone
Just
like you,
reverse
let
this.
me ask, since you're in the field, you're very aware, you're very conscious of your body, do you have a lot less than like what people like I do, as far as our, I'm going to say ailments, what's bothering us?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't help that I haven't ever been sick a day in my life, but it does. I definitely see when I first started, I could see my genes, my chromosomes, my DNA were not perfect. And now I've got them all balanced. I mean, there isn't, because we can change chromosomes, we can change genetics, we can change our DNA, and we can make it healthier. And so I did my little photo right here, you can see, and now I'm going to begin the session. All right. And but every day, our energy changes every day.
Hmm.
Our energy changes with our environment. Our energy changes even based on our stress levels, our exposure to things, right? So let me see if I can plug. My battery says it's running low. Oopsie, we don't want to. Here we go. Let's see. I might have to turn off my light to put my battery. Ah, good. We got that fixed. All right. So back to this. We are going to begin the session, and I'll show you just how it will display some of the items. All right. So next. And for the audience too, like we have more than one system. We have technology that I can mail someone can purchase or rent a technology that looks like a little iPod, and you can literally pick, okay, I have a migraine, and push it and it will send the frequencies to you. Or you could say I have diarrhea, and you can set that setting and it'll stop the diarrhea or the sore throat or the infected tooth. It's amazing, but those are frequencies that are not specifically exactly for your DNA, right? It's a little bit of a cookie cutter, but they still work amazingly. But when you have this program, this is what I like about it, is our most affordable. And so here we are, and we're going to begin, and we're going to scan uh, the mind, body, and uh, biofield, for example.
Hmm.
All right. So here, it can show me like, all right, everything in the red are things that I need some support with.
Okay.
And the red are not balanced, and so are the blue. I'll show you the blue. Oops. Sorry, I'm just here. Um, so some of the blues are, it's recommending, oh, look, some spiritual protection. Isn't that interesting?
Really?
So that I can click into there. And so it's advising some of these things. So what we do is we add, I know it's kind of hard from sideways here, but hang with me. I'm going to add these reds and the blue items. So let's look at the blue, actually. Actually, there's only reds. So, so the reds, for example, and let's just say I want to clear this negative energy, which is interesting. So I can add it to the tray wherein I could send this to my cell phone, and these frequencies would play 6 days in a row for me to get balanced. And it's going to help releasing attachments. It's going to help embracing the light. So yes, I can export that to my capsule, which would export to my phone. But what I can also do is I can do a quick balance, uh, you know, on just these two things. And it's just sending the frequencies of those two things. And, I can balance, for example, just actually this one says it's going to balance for in like a minute and 45 seconds. And then I can even rescan after that, and it will show, the progress. It will actually show the percentage of how much that helped me in that specific area. So, there's a
Okay.
lot we
And
can
when
do
you're
here,
listening to
but
them, do you have to
in,
be
in,
laying down? Do you have to be, could you be working around the house? Could I be listening to it right now? Does it have
yeah,
to be? Wow.
yeah. Nope, you don't have to lay down. You don't have to
So,
meditate
so
just by
here's my
hearing them.
frequency then that I'm playing now.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. So you can be vacuuming, you can be driving your car, you can, do whatever.
Be
You
on
can
a
even be listening
podcast.
to other. Right, exactly. Be on the podcast while your music is playing in the background. But what I like about this is, and then, well, let's still, let me finish this. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Let's see. So, and then I can go back. I stopped it actually early. And then I can go back to the main thing. Let's see here. And we can look at other things that need help. Like, for example, oh, this is going to be a fun one. Okay, this is my aura. Okay. And we can do the same thing where I'm going to clean my aura, and we're going to see a before and after picture. And we have other technologies to do this, but it is true that we do have a physical body, and we have an energy body. We can even feel our energy bodies, through, just heat. Our energy body can radiate, a couple inches to like even a foot. So here I'm going to just hide my avatar, and it's kind of showing my thing. But if I want to, I can run the frequency on just my aura here. And then as soon as, and then I can do a rescan of my aura and see an immediate change. It will be brighter, and, it will be less gray. So it will sharpen and brighten my auric field, which is really, really cool. So then
Wow.
that is really amazing. And with each session, people can do this, and be able to compare, because I can send this to people's cell phones, and they can see, each time how their aura brightens and
So
and
I could
stays
check my aura
clear.
too now in the Quanta app as well.
Hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And and then, like, for example, the organs, let's just say the organs, or the minerals that my body needs a little bit more of is copper, iron, and manganese. And it also needs sodium, molybdenum, zinc, and chromium. All right. So by adding these to the tray, it's going to give them to me
Yeah.
in frequency form. So because everything is energy, I can send you the energy of champagne. I can send you the energy of aloe vera. I can,
That is
so
amazing. You taught me
these are
that
the
last
things.
time. Jill, you're lacking in whatever vitamin. Guess what? You can get it this way.
Right.
Fascinating.
And so,
Oh,
yeah, isn't it insane?
I know we are
So,
out of time. I mean, I'm okay. I'm over, but you have something to do now. So we are a little over. Sorry,
yes,
sorry, sorry. You have an
yes.
appointment, I think. But
But
okay,
if
so
anyone wants to learn more, go to yourfrequencyhealing.com, yourfrequencyhealing.com, and there are videos of the technologies showing you the differences of the different packages. And it's, again, always a pleasure. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
And I'm going to continue this now the next 6 days since I figured it out. And then I know we're not meeting next
Yeah.
week, but will I re-record my voice on the app to see the difference
Yep.
so I could start again?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Enjoy yourself, your time off. And I'm glad I got to see you today. Thank you so much, Selene. All right.
All the
Bye-bye,
best.
honey. Thank you.
Bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.